Let's get some further analysis on this conflict. I'd like to bring in Yulia Osmov, who is a former Ukrainian diplomat and the chairwoman of the Transatlantic Dialogue Center. She joins us now from Kiev. Yulia, good to have you here on the NewsHour. For more than a decade, you worked on bilateral ties between Ukraine and the European Union. Several weeks ago, we heard that Ukraine talking about the fast track into European Union membership. But just yesterday, we heard from the Austrian foreign minister saying that we shouldn't be extending Ukraine membership into the bloc. I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, definitely, we are anticipating some challenges in these discussions among the European member states. But I have to say that the general move have been changed drastically, and the countries that we consider to be neutral or rather conservative in talking about Ukraine's perspective being an EU member, countries like Netherlands, like Belgium, they're changing their position gradually, and therefore still diplomatic work is going on, and the level of the Minister for Foreign Affairs is not the level where the decision will be finally taken. So this is a sign for us to enforce our efforts to work with all the EU member states before June, where we hope to have this decision at the European Council.
Yulia, one of the former presidents of your country, Viktor Yushenko, outlined that what he thinks is the best way for a Russian defeat in Ukraine. First, he said that you have to keep the global community united against Russia, and you also need to continue to send in more weapons as well as military assistance. I mean, the West is pretty much unanimously united against Russia, and more aid is expected to be sent Kiev's way. We just saw because of that through the U.S. Secretary's visit. I mean, do you think this is going to be enough for a Russian defeat?
Oh, this is not going to be enough, but this is quite a substantial element in overall aggregating negotiation power, if you wish, because sooner or later we still need to get into meaningful negotiations. At the moment, we don't observe the desire of Russia to have substantive talks on that. And you rightly mentioned that even the interim ceasefire suggested for Easter times was rejected by Russian side. So therefore, the consolidated approach of Western partners, both with more streamlined supplies of the weapon the Ukraine needs, definitely will improve the situation for us. And actually, a time factor is also playing in hands of Ukraine, because Russian troops are getting more demoralized, dragged into this position in war in east and southern parts of Ukraine. So therefore, we just need to be more patient, if I may use this word in these days. But actually, the time plays in our hands.
I understand you. We all know that the security architecture is changing as a result of this war drastically. I'd like to hear your assessment for the implications for Europe, because you've had so much experience dealing with those ties.
Well, definitely one of the evidence or conclusions that we've got already from this Russian invasion into Ukraine, that no international institutions are working well and are able to prevent these kind of actions from one aggressor country. So definitely the whole security structure in Ukraine, in Europe, have been changing already and will be changing, because Ukraine right now in talks about the new security guarantees for itself. There is still some big part of Ukrainians who see the security in NATO membership in more rapprochement with European Union, and also European Union has their own defense structures for Ukraine to consider. And I do very much confident that Ukrainian side will come up with proposals for the overall European security architecture in the nearest time.
Okay, Yulia Osmov, thank you very much for joining us here on the NewsHour. Do appreciate the analysis. Thank you.